Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Channel Claire. Hope that you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy, crazy world. It was a busy weekend. There was a lot going on. We had the Super Bowl, of course. Congrats to the Eagles on their win. I was really happy to see that they won because the Chiefs had won, what, 2 times prior? They've been like, what, 5 times? Something ridiculous like that. It was time to give somebody else a chance, and I like to try to root for the underdog, and I was happy that Jalen Hurts got his win, and I was just happy about it. So go ahead, Eagles. Good for you. But also we had at the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar performed at the halftime. So we also had Taylor Swift there, Trump went, there was a lot of other celebrities there as well. I saw Anne Hathaway, Cardi B was there, Offset was there, Kevin Hart was there. Anne Hathaway, I think I already may have said that. There was just so many people. Bradley Cooper. They were out there. New Orleans had celebrities all over the city this weekend, and I know that they treated them well, gave them good food, entertainment, all that good stuff. New Orleans, when I went, was such a good time. It was a pleasure to be there, and I had went to a game at the Superdome, which was really, really cool. So it was nice seeing it on the screen at the Super Bowl. So very, very nice. Congrats to them. Also at the Super Bowl, so Taylor Swift got booed, all right? And I slightly felt sorry for the girl, felt bad for the girl, because she is in the middle of this whole situation. She's been brought into it with Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, the whole lawsuit that's going on because Blake basically we have found out, and I'm sure Taylor is finding out, that Blake has really been using her name as leverage. And she used Ryan, her husband, and Taylor Swift, her bestie, claimed them as her dragons who go to battle for her. And Taylor obviously didn't like that, so there was a lot of articles coming out that they weren't friends anymore, yet Blake's team was combating those articles, saying that they are still friends. Who knows what it is? But at this time, Taylor, she's had some bad PR in the press here recently of people thinking that she's helped Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds go after Justin Baldoni and kind of take over his film by having her song in the movie all over the place. So the PR for her right now isn't that good. And I don't know if she knew that. Like, she has to know. Her team had to let her know that, hey, online, people aren't really fucking feeling you. And you would think that they would already let her know that people, especially, I hear it all the time, people are like, oh, I'm sick of seeing Taylor Swift on TV with football and da-da-da. And they always show her. Like, they always find a way to show Taylor Swift at these games. So she already was having, like, this negative PR, and people really weren't feeling her, getting on her she was getting on people's nerves. And so then she goes to the Super Bowl, which she had to go. Her boo is playing. And so they show her on the Jumbotron, and they start booing her. And you can just see the poor girl, her face was like, are they booing for me? Yeah, honey, they're booing you. And she also says, like, what's going on? And it's like, does she not know? She has to know how people are feeling about her right now. She has got to know. So, and especially to add insult to injury, dang on Trump, who was there at the game, he tweets and says the only one that had a tougher night than Kansas City Chiefs was Taylor Swift. She got booed out at the stadium. MAGA is very unforgiving. So are you claiming it as your dirty work that MAGA was the one booing Taylor? Because apparently Trump and Taylor have beef. Because I think Taylor spoke out against him, as you should, seeing as she's such a big star and has a lot of influence. At some point, I'm sure she has spoken out against him. But you would also think that Trump would have a little bit of grace, or his MAGA cult would have a little bit of grace, because didn't Travis Kelce say, oh, he would be honored to play in front of Trump when they asked him about Trump being at the Super Bowl? He was like, oh, I'd be honored, da 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 da. And it's like, you could have responded any other way. You could have responded like Jalen Hurts. Like, it doesn't make a difference if he's there or not. why you have to say that you're honored that this man who has really insulted your girl, that you're honored to play football in front of him. That's just crazy. So poor Taylor getting booed at the Superdome, at the Super Bowl, in front of thousands and thousands of people there live and watching on TV. I'm sure that did not feel good. I hope that she has spoken to her team to figure out why, because she seemed very perplexed as to why these people were booing her. So then we have Kendrick Lamar performing for the halftime, and I'm not too familiar on the lore there. I do know that the song Not Like Us is basically a diss against Drake, who was Kendrick's like number one op. So he has effectively taken out Drake, who was his opposition. So Drake is now walking around. He's currently on tour in Australia. He's walking around in sweatsuits with bullet holes with smoke coming out the back like he's been shot at. So symbolic. He's such a drama queen. But he's looking all distraught and everything because obviously Not Like Us has gotten like 4 or 5 Grammys. Kendrick has performed it all over the place. It's been doing very well on the charts. He just performed it in front of everybody at the Super Bowl. Looked directly at the camera at one of the lines where he said, so Drake or something like that, I hear you like them young. And he's looking directly at the camera. He has the whole crowd screaming the part on the A minor, like the entirety of the stadium. He had Serena Williams crip walking. She was shown for a split second, and I didn't know the lore behind that either. That Drake had dated Serena Williams, and I guess things didn't end on the best note. So apparently Drake had been allegedly publicly obsessing over her, throwing digs at her. I hadn't really seen it, but that's what the lore is behind the Drake and Serena thing as to why Serena was an added insult to injury against Drake, because Drake, and he's like weird with women too, because didn't he do like the same thing to Rihanna? Like they were dating on and off for a long time, and then he tried to like kiss her at the Grammys, and like she smooth turned her face so where he got her cheek and not her lips. And like he declared his love for Rihanna. It was just like really, really weird, and she just kind of shut him down. And he I could see him being like weirdly obsessive over the Serena situation, throwing digs at her and whatnot. I just haven't seen it, so I just had to look it up a little bit as to what that issue was and why Serena was there, because we were all watching. We're like, hold up, that's Serena, and she was getting it. So good for her. But Drake is just, I mean, Drake is literally suing Universal Music Group about this whole diss because he feels like it has, like, it's harmed his image in the public and in the music industry. People think he's like whack and a loser now, and Kendrick Lamar's song has really, it's done that. And yes, there's been rap beefs for years, and typically you go back and forth in the booth, you get on there, you get on your tracks, and you do your thing. I just feel like Drake needs to get back in the fucking studio and do his big one. I hate saying that, but he needs to get back in the studio and do his big one, because like if I'm being real, Drake has literally I remember throughout my college career, like his track record is insane. The music that he has in his catalog, the hits that he has in his catalog are insane. My college career is like the background of Drake. Like the man is talented, so he needs to get out of this little funk that he's in, feeling sorry for himself, trying to sue over rap beefs, get in the studio and do what it is that he knows how to do. He can do it. He's just too in his head right now, feeling a type of fucking way, because Kendrick Lamar really did cook his ass. So he needs to get back in the studio, stop feeling sorry for himself, and come back at him on a track and just do it like that. Like, but this whole walking around and bulletproof, not bulletproof, but walking around in this sweatshirt with bullets and looking all sad and, distraught about this and trying to sue over this. No. Show us your work in that booth. Come out with a single that is undeniably a hit that we can rock in the car, in the club, anywhere we are. Give us that hit, Drake, because you really were that. You really were it. You really were lit way back then. You just got to bring it back. You, for somewhere along the way, the money got too much and you really were just missing the mark. But you could bring it back. You got to get your mind right. Also, this weekend, Kanye West. I feel like annually Kanye has this breakdown online where he goes on this Twitter rant and he says the most vile, controversial things that he can think of, okay? That are just inappropriate, that everybody knows are just inappropriate to say, and just going against everything that you know is right. He's going to say the opposite just to make controversy and make people talk about him, is how I honestly feel at this point. Because he's been over on Twitter like 72 freaking hours ranting, putting out these tweets with all caps, saying horrible things about Jewish people, saying he likes Hler, like Hler, I'm not going to say his name, but you know what I mean. The person who does the hail, whatever, that Elon just did, and they claimed it was the Roman salute. Like, please get out of my face. He's been talking about free Diddy. I'll put a couple on the screen. Just saying horrific stuff. And I'm just like, Kim has the most grace because I don't understand how you allow your children to go with a man after he's spouting the ignorance and shit that he is on Twitter for hours. Like, it's like he's taking a nap and then coming back online and just saying whatever is coming out of his mind, like as word vomit, and then leaves for a couple hours, then comes back online and just says a whole bunch of horrific shit. And I'm thinking, like, when are they going to take him down? The moment he said that he likes Hler and was talking about like Nazi, you know, try not to say the words all the way through because I think YouTube will like block it or whatever, but you get what I mean. I'm trying. Things that this man is saying are awful. So I'm like, how does Kim go and let her kids go with this man who clearly is unstable? Like, I'm sure he has help, nannies, whatever, but still. And then you've got Bianca Censori, who's the wife, who, like, yes, she did her stunt with the whole stalking nude dress. And I'm like, I'm still not sure if this is something that he coerced her to do, demanded her to do, if this is something where she's on the same wave with him and this is just something they like. It's their expression, their art, it's performance, whatever. I don't know. But the girl, it just looks like she does very well with looking like she has no emotion or like nothing behind her eyes. And I'm like, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. So I'm like, between the two of them, how do you send your kids as Kim to go be with these people? Like, I feel like that would be so stressful. And I don't know, obviously, their whole custody arrangement, but I'm sure the courts would be like, okay, understandably, I would understand if you don't want your kids going with that man. I'm sure if she just gave them the printouts of all the ish he's been saying over the past 72 hours, that they would be okay with that. And then Kanye would be screaming, oh, Kim doesn't let me see my kids. She doesn't let me see my kids. She's keeping them away from me. And it's like, Kanye, because you're screaming that you like Hler on Twitter. You're screaming free Diddy. You're making all types of awful commentary. That is why. So you're clearly unstable. So finally, I saw that Elon had unfollowed Kanye because remember, Elon's all about the free speech, whatever, on Twitter, and he had let him go for a long time saying stuff. And Kanye and Elon, I'm pretty sure they were friends. I saw this picture of them. Kanye was like in Elon's house, but Elon unfollowed Kanye, so Kanye was like, ooh, I don't know how much longer I have on the app, and then I just saw that they deactivated Kanye's account, which needed to happen about 48 hours ago, okay, when he was bringing up Hler and Otzies, and please, okay, y'all let it go on way too long. So Kanye, please get some help, get back on medication. I don't know what it is, but don't come back screaming that Kim isn't letting you see your kids, because In my opinion, I'd be scared as hell to give my kids to your ass too. I don't know what I'm talking about. Thousands of people watching Taylor Swift get booed at the Super Bowl. More like millions. I mean, it's bad. And it really does seem like she really doesn't know how overexposed she is. She's overexposed. The Chiefs are overexposed. Travis Kelce is overexposed. Then the whole situation with Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds. So it's just a lot going on. And it really sucks that these people spend all these money on these teams who aren't doing their jobs. And that's same with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, their team that would advise them, A, to not settle this by this point of their lawsuit with Justin. And why bring this all up when we had all forgotten? Please, whoever advised that, it was piss poor. And then whoever didn't let Taylor know that she's overexposed and people are tired of seeing her, that's also not doing your job. You need to let your principal know how their image is in the public eye at all times so that they know what they're up against. I'm also seeing some commentary where people are saying that Kendrick Lamar needs to focus more on his own career now. He's made his point. He's taken down Drake, but this moment at the Super Bowl should have been all about him. And some people are feeling like he made this moment at the Super Bowl all about Drake by continuing on this rap battle and beef, whereas he could have played more of his classic songs that people know. Like, honestly, I'm not the biggest Kendrick Lamar fan. I'm just going to be honest. I much more prefer Drake as an artist. He's publicly done some weird shit, obviously, but, you know, in my youth and growing up, definitely was bumping Drake a hell of a lot more than Kendrick Lamar. So I just feel like I agree with it a little bit, and I feel like going forward, he needs to let it die. Like, you can't keep going on playing Not Like Us and dissing Drake after this. Like, it's done. Let's move on. I'm also wondering if potentially Taylor got booed because Ice Spice was sitting with her, which is an odd pairing, like, very odd pairing, but it's a mess. I saw Samuel L. Jackson was also in Kendrick's performance, which I will say Kendrick did well. I like that he actually performed. There was choreography. Sometimes with rappers, they just like walk across the stage and that's it. But he actually put choreography. There was dancers, there was story, there was imagery, there was symbolism. There was all that good stuff. So I will say that Kendrick did a good job. I believe he's about to go on tour, so this is probably like a good kickoff for him. But Blair is being so chatty this morning. Like, we spend the weekend together and she knows when I'm about to leave for work and she hates it. She hates it. But I wanted to go through her IG story because she's been sharing a lot of stuff and this is just authentic. Other parties wish they could. She's with the kids. She's just like, look at all of them. She has all their attention. You see Harry over here. She's just a natural. She's a fucking natural at it. Here she is with the little baby. Gorgeous girl. This is one of the events. And you also know this is coming from Meghan because there's many pictures of her with her phone. Like, people are taking pictures of her, taking pictures and documenting all the events. So this is actually her on her account depicting Invictus Games. Per the eye of Meghan Markle. They truly have the best of both worlds. So I think that was the end. And then she was also posting, she put a post up. Let me go to her actual page. Let me see. Meghan. Yeah, so she was also promoting Invictus Games here. Just giving like a little montage video of all the events. Harry looked so happy. And then I wanted to show you guys the PDA pics that have people fucking tripping. Like, I love it. I just absolutely love it. And they look so cute together. Like, this is them. They're having the time of their lives, okay? And people, this is not doctored, this is not edited, it's from Getty, okay? She's just so cute. Like, she's fresh-faced, like, it doesn't take much to make her look good. She also had, at one of the events, oh my gosh, she introduced the side bang. That's them, all cozied up. But this is the one. Oh, I love this pic of Jalen Hurts and his fiance, I believe, at this point. They are a beautiful couple. Look at that. They're so cute. Where was it? Yeah, these are photos of, like, Meghan taking pictures. So you know it's coming from her account, but here it is. Look at them schmooching. So much for a divorce. So much for them living separately. They captured a lot of PDA. Okay, that other couple could never. This is authentic. This is natural. So if you see in the coming days our other favorite couple, middle-aged couple, if you see them in the coming days having a lot of PDA out at some event, you know why. But they can never duplicate. They could absolutely never duplicate. I wanted to find Meghan with the side bang because it was so cute. This is them up on the Jumbotron. Excuse me. Adorable. I wanted to find, because it was so cute. Hold on. Here's some more pics of them living their life. She has pom-poms. Make them so mad. Oh my god, make them so mad. Hold on, let me find. Oh, and then her and Nelly Furtado. Oh, let me turn the music down. Hold on. I'm gonna get flagged. Look at that. And then Harry's photobombing in the background. They could never. They could absolutely never. This is them riding on the back of the motor cart, saying hi to the teams. Naturals. Okay, so this is Meghan with the newly introduced side bang. And they were going crazy over that because how dare Meghan have a side bang and switch it up. Haters, haters, haters. But anyway, you guys, I'm about to go into work on this Monday. I hope you all have a lovely day. Sorry about that, but as I was saying, I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely week wherever you are in this crazy world. And I'll see you in another video.